I am.
You're gonna dig into that guy?
So, hey, Matt.
Yeah?
Have you ever taken a selfie before?
Well, I mean,
And-
a couple of times, yeah.
At the same time almost died?
I mean, there's never been a point where I've almost died.
Well, it just happened.
We may as well explain before we start laughing. So, like, this guy.
Well, like I told you, I didn't really have enough time to really read it all. But it was someone in, like, Israel. He was, like, in the army. He's 18. Mm-hmm. He was, like, taking a trip to the United States for, like, a 2-month vacation.
Wasn't he trying to climb Yosemite or some shit?
He came out dead.
Well, yeah, because, like, I mean, I get it. You have to take pictures. And, like, it's cool to take pictures, but, like, at what point do you, like...
I think to the... to, the point of death.
Yeah, like, you're like, well, this is the shot that'll end it all. I may as well go out with it. Like, you know what the worst part is? He probably fucking smashed his phone when he hit the ground.
How did they even know he was taking a selfie?
Yeah, like, that's, I mean...
I feel like if you drop...
But see, like, that's the thing. I feel like you go with people. Like, I think it's... like, I did see this one story about, like, this guy. And he was trying to climb El Capitan. You know what that is?
Yeah.
It's like that huge rock face, right? He was going to do it without any equipment.
But do you ever see, like, those free climbers, like, in cities, or they climb, like, the highest building in the city with, like, nothing?
Yeah, same principle.
Idiots.
Yeah. And, this guy, like, he just... I mean, you have somebody watching you, I would assume, if you're prepared well enough, but... I guess the guy was like, yeah, man, take that selfie. And then, like, he did it, and then he's like, whoops. And then slipped, and then it was just...
Dropped 820 feet to the ground.
Oh, my God. That is...
It's really terrible that we're laughing, but it's like...
Yeah, but it's like, I would be, like, as focused as possible, like, trying not to die.
Like, if you're on a ledge, what are you doing?
Because if
you're
my
on a ledge trying to take...
Yeah, because, like, if my fat ass falls off, like, El Capitan or something like that, it's not going to be a pretty sight when I hit the ground. The cleanup crew is going to have their hands full. Let's just say that.
Oh my God.
I was just thinking about this the other day too. Like, what was Dexter's like official title when he worked?
Dexter?
Yeah, like Dexter, like from the show. You know, what was his official title?
Where the hell? He was like a blood splatter analysis.
Like, could you imagine how shitty your job had to be?
Well, he loved it.
I mean, he loved it, but like, goddamn, I didn't even think there was a job for that sort of thing. Like. So, like, if somebody just, like, paints the wall with your face or something, and he's gonna, like, well, it looks like the bullet hit here, and it looks like it's sprayed all over here.
See, but I also watched a video where an actual blood splatter analysis, was trying to see how true Dexter was. Mm-hmm. And there was one scene from Dexter where, like, someone just cut the shit out of someone, and this blood squirted all over the wall. Mm-hmm. And the actual blood splatter analysis was saying there is no way you could, like, just see how that, like, you wouldn't know how that happened to the dot.
Yeah,
if you know what
I
I'm
could
saying.
see that, like...
Because Dexter in the scene had, like, the red ties go across the room and all that, and he was like, you wouldn't need any of that. And first of all, you wouldn't be able to tell what bone was hit and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, or, like, how would you tell how they were... I mean, you could tell how they
I mean, obviously,
killed.
the body's there, but
Yeah, the body's
you
there
could
and
see where the
everything, but,
knife
like...
went through the body, but...
Yeah, but, like... What if it's like... Well, I mean, strangulation you could check, too, and stuff like that.
I wonder how often they get brought to the scene.
Yeah, like, how big of a mess does there have to be?
Because, like, if you
how big of a mess does there have to be?
If you go to a crime scene and someone's shot in the head and there's blood splatter everywhere, like, you clearly don't need a blood splatter analysis because you know what happened.
There's a fucking hole in the dude's head. Speaking of holes in the head, and this is going to be terrible, too, but, remember, did you hear the story about that girl who, like, killed herself, but she, like, they brought her back? But she had, like, this big-ass hole in her face from where the gunshot wound was. And so later on, she had...
Wait, when did this happen?
It's, like, in the last couple of years. I keep seeing it all the time now on, like, the internet. But, like, for her, the big thing was that, like, she was the world's first recipient of a face transplant.
Oh! Yeah. I saw that be done, but I didn't know why.
Yeah, so she, like, blew a hole in her face, and so this person died, and they took her face, and, like... You know what that kind of reminds me of? Remember in The Office when they're doing the CPR
and he cuts the face off the doll.
Face off. He's like, and he wears the face of the dummy.
That is maybe the best scene in The Office. The Office has many.
And, but yeah, like, at what point do you say, like, I don't want to be brought back? Because, like, if I were to kill myself with a gun, at least, I'd put it like right here, like on the temple.
Right up on your temple?
Right up on your temple, because then it's like a clean shot, just goes straight through. But like I wouldn't do it like here.
Because then you could like just completely miss the brain.
Yeah.
And by here you mean like under your chin?
Yeah, under your chin or like in your mouth. Oh God, like fuck that. Because like
I think if you put it in your mouth,
I think what she did is like you put it in your mouth and point it up, but that's what she did, and it blew. Like bullets can go any direction. What's up on a point of entry? You know what I mean? Like so, like she had this big ass hole like right here where her nose was, and like it was like a big like asshole almost on her face.
Oh my God.
God, like if I die like that, just don't bring me back. Like I don't want to live anymore. Like
Did you say if you died like that, don't bring me back? Wait, was she actually dead?
She was dead, and they revived her. God knows how, but like God, like I would not want to live through after dying like that. Like
I was reading about people's experiences that have died.
Yeah.
And you know how people say like, "Oh, I saw this light and all that shit." Apparently, your brain is still going after you die for like 5 minutes or whatever.
So the cool thing about that too, I've done research on this too as well, is your brain is flooded by this molecule. It's released 2 times in your life, unless you ingest it somehow. It floods your brain when you're born, and it floods your brain when you die. It's called DMT, right?
Oh, DMT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that shit before.
Of course you have.
Yeah, it's a hell of a trip. But like when you're on it, like 5 minutes feels like 5 hours, and you're tripping your goddamn mind off. Yeah, and like an hour feels like a whole day practically. But like you're tripping your balls off. So like when people see like those images when they die, it's like DMT flooding their brain. They see like heavenly, like it's a weird. I don't want to get into all that like religious like astro bullshit right now, because this is already getting dark enough, and like, but it's a very unique experience. But I could see like when you die, one like outlook on it could be like that DMT that's stuck in your brain, your consciousness is trapped in it, and like for the rest of eternity, like that DMT is in your brain until your brain gets eaten all up by worms.
Well, it said like eventually those visions or whatever end up going away, and then it's just darkness. Like people said that it was just like people.
Well, see, that's kind of the beauty about like an afterlife is like nobody really knows what happens, you know.
Yeah, like people. A guy, I think the record is like for 45 minutes. He was dead and then came back. And he said after those visions, and obviously he can't tell us how long the visions were, but after that it was just darkness.
Well, yeah, because he was still being able to be brought back.
Right. He said it for, I don't know, about halfway through it was just
like our ghost experiences and stuff like that too. So that's like a whole other thing too.
And I don't know if that shit. I'm torn between that.
Yeah, because
it's like I really don't know.
There's probably a scientific explanation for that kind of thing, but at the same time, like, what do you like? How far does science really have to go to explain these sorts of things?
Yeah,
because like my opinion of ghosts is like when you die is like you're attached and you're a ghost like stuck on Earth, right? Like, I think there's something on Earth that you have unfinished business with, or you're tied down to something that you don't want to let go of.
So you think that depends on the person?
It does depend on the person. Like, if you're old at the end of your life and you're like, I ain't got nothing left to lose, I'm ready to die, then you just go on wherever you go. But if you're, like, heavily attached, like, let's say, wouldn't it suck to be, like, this guy who is kidnapped and, like, he's just, like, stuck at gunpoint. This dude's about to kill him, bro. Like, he's like, fuck, dude, I gotta give this presentation at work tomorrow. The whole company's fucked. The company's gonna go under. And then, like, he wastes him, and he's like, God damn it, I never gave that.
So that's what he spends his ghostly life
doing is haunting the office. Cause, like, he's still trying to work on the presentation to get the company back, but it's done. Like,
God damn it, Brian.
Yeah, it's God damn it, Brian. God, could you imagine? Like,
okay, but can you imagine going in, like, being his coworkers coming into work and be like, it sucks that he's dead, but fuck, who's going to do this presentation?
None of us are ready. Yeah, like, they're all shit out of luck. God damn it, Brian. You really fucked up.
He literally had one job.
He literally did. No, you know what else sucks about, like, things? Like, have you ever had a dream where you're at work?
I've had a lot of shitty dreams, and I don't think any of them have ever been me at work.
God, I've had plenty of dreams at work. It's like I'm there and I can't even get away from it.
So it's like you go to sleep,
and I'm
dream
still
about
at
work just to wake up and then go to work.
It's the worst thing, dude. I hate it so much.
You work all day, come home, sleep, and then work in your dreams.
You work in your dreams. It's like, am I getting paid for this shit? Like,
nope.
God. But yeah, what else we want to talk about?
Speaking of dreams.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick.
Oh yeah, dude.
Living out his Nike dreams.
Like, the thing that pisses me off the most about it is, like, people are burning their Nike shit. Like, that's perfectly good shit that could, like...
You already bought it.
You already bought it.
Like, what is
I'm
that
doing
solve?
it in protest. Like, do you really think your $45 Nike
all that happens is that someone starts... Like, someone famous starts a small little trend or post a video, post a status about it, then everyone else just tries to follow along and join.
Now, see, like, it's funny because, like, the right-wingers will applaud Kim Davis. Remember who that was?
Yep.
The lady who, like, wouldn't give that company, that couple their... Not company, that couple their gay marriage license.
Yeah.
And then, like, Colin Kaepernick obviously is protesting at work. And they're like, get back to work, you goddamn piece of shit. And it's, like, such fucking hypocrisy, dude. Like, I see both sides of the argument, but at the same time, like, he's peacefully protesting. It's part of our First Amendment rights, you know? Like, and it's funny because they're all about freedom of speech and freedom of assembly and stuff like that, but whenever any, like, person tries to do it in that way, they're like, you need to goddamn stop it, you're fucking up. It's like, why do we have a freedom of assembly if you're gonna be a hardcore civil, like human rights activist, then you gotta support it for all forms, you know, like flag burning or book burning or doing whatever you like. You gotta experience, like, it's just hypocritical to allow one and not allow the other.
Right.
They can peacefully protest. It's like, yeah, but like,
do you know what's messed up about it? People still bitch about him doing it, but he's no longer with the NFL.
Right, and I think it's even more messed up that nobody will sign him as a result of that.
Like, I don't know, people are still complaining about it, but it's like, why are you complaining about it? Because
you got what you wanted.
Exactly.
Like, and it's good because, like, I think it's cool that Colin Kaepernick did what he did because, like, he set a precedent of something that needed to be talked about. And when he did, it obviously turned a lot of heads. But,
I think, like, don't get me wrong. If I was being paid millions of dollars, I probably wouldn't show my freedom of speech that way because it may interfere with me making that millions, but I would have still done it in some way.
Yeah. Or, like, and I think he has done it in more ways than
and that was just the way he chose to do it on that particular day.
And it was a loud way of speaking, and it worked, is the thing. But, like, it's cool that, like, Nike is endorsing him because, like, it's showing that, like, you can follow your dreams and still, like, make the statements that you want. But, like, white people are so butthurt. They're burning their Nikes.
God, I saw this hilarious meme. It was like, don't get me wrong, I'm white, but I'm not burning my Nikes white.
Right, like, could you imagine this is, like, just this dude burning a pair of, like, Off-Whites? You know what those are? You know what the Off-Whites are? It's like these Jordans that are, like, red, white, and black, and they're, like, thousands of dollars. Could you imagine this dude just, like, burning them? You're a fucking idiot,
People
dude.
are so... Like, why?
Why?
Why burn it? You already bought it. No one gives a shit if you wear it out. No one's going to be like, oh my God, how dare you?
I mean, like, old middle-aged white man Jim is burning his $45 pair of Nikes thinking he's making some kind of statement. It's like, dude,
do you think
gives a fuck.
Nike is probably sitting back like, oh, you already bought the shoes. We don't care.
But, dude, you know what the funny thing about Nike is like, they did a good marketing technique with that. You know what I mean? They drew attention. You know what I mean? Like,
and like they say, all press is good press.
Exactly. Like, they drew enough attention to themselves to get that point, and it's like,
Nike they don't have to advertise at this point.
No,
people know who they are, but they
are.
still do.
Yeah, and this is like a huge marketing technique for them. That was smart. But I see why they did it too. It's like for a good statement. And like, but man, I couldn't have, like, if this was Adidas or anything else, could you imagine motherfuckers burning their Yeezys or something like that? People would be so pissed. I'd be more pissed like, dude, you just burned like a $500 pair of shoes. What are you doing?
Well, there are very expensive Nikes that I'm sure people.
Oh yeah, there are plenty of expensive. Like the Off-Whites themselves, like they were a huge deal when they came out.
I saw it was a military person that post, and he posted a picture of his military boots, and they were Nike boots.
And did he burn them?
No, he's like, we ain't mad at Nike. Like, what are you guys doing?
Tripping them. Like that's the thing. People are so butthurt about like the littlest shit, and you know what it is? It's always like old people too. I'm not discriminating against old people or anything, but like usually they're the ones that get butthurt the most. Okay. Oh my god.
What?
I'm so relieved.
What?
My boss just sent me a text saying, "Hey, the meeting's at 8:30, not 8."
Well, that extra 30 minutes.
That extra 30 minutes, dude. But God, like that's the worst part about sometimes about morning meetings. Like, yeah, sit in traffic, and it's gonna like rain all day tomorrow. And you know, in Missouri, like we talked about last time, if somebody even spits on the ground, people lose their goddamn mind.
This shows that it's just gonna be cloudy.
Really?
Oh, that's fucking New York.
Why? When did you go to New York?
I didn't. It was just, oh shit, literally thunderstorms. 80-90% all day. Look, we're fucking weathermen over here.
I know, dude. And speaking of weathermen, do you know Dave Murray's leaving? Or he is.
I don't watch the news channel or the weather channel at all.
Like Dave Murray was like, I remember Dave Murray when I was a kid, and like
the OG.
He was the OG, yeah, and like
OG of weather.
He was on Fox, and like I don't normally watch Fox, but like this dude was just such a great man. He like loved his dogs, and like I remember recently one of his dogs died, and everybody was broken about it, and like he got a new dog, and him and his wife are like really great people, and my mom's met him a couple times. He's just a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the towel guy for the Blues, you know. Like, have you ever met him?
Nope.
My mom and dad have had dinner with him at Pasta House in Arnold, like back in the 90s.
What is? This may sound dumb, but like, what does the towel guy do? Does he literally just?
Literally, he's been following Blues hockey for like he's like a super fan basically. Like he's been doing it for so long.
Like what is his job?
Throw towels out at the fucking games. It's like a hype thing. Like it's like Louis. You know, like the bear.
Throw towels out at the game. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, like he's been doing it for so long though. Like he's a Blues super fan. Like he's been around with us for as long as I can remember. He's been doing that for years, and then like.
But why?
Couldn't tell you.
The Blues are not good.
I know, but it's just like he's from here and things like.
No, I get it.
But like the dude knows like not just about the Blues though. He knows like so much about hockey in general. Like when my mom and dad had dinner with him at like back when Arnold was like nothing. In the 90s, like at Pasta House, that was like the only restaurant around here besides like Ponderosa.
Pasta House.
Yeah, so they went there and like they had dinner with him. And he's just like a very intelligent guy.
That's one thing I have to give to the St. Louis fan base. As far as sports,
we have like one of the biggest followings.
Like it doesn't even matter if the team sucks.
Yeah.
We'll still like sell out the games.
Oh yeah, because like we have such a good fan base.
And then you see like, what is it? The Tampa Bay. Is it Marlins?
For what?
Baseball. Is it Tampa? God, I don't fucking watch baseball enough to know. But if you watch their games, or is it the Rays, Tampa Bay Rays? But if you watch their games, sometimes like, it's like 40% full.
Oh wow.
But like Cardinals can be having a shitty year, and it's like 98% full.
Mm-hmm. See, I bought my Blues tickets finally. Do you want to know how much I paid for all of them?
Blues tickets? Like season tickets?
Well, I didn't want like the season packs because like there were some like groups that I did want to see in certain packages and some that I didn't. But for like the main package that I wanted, it was like $500 for one seat for like 12 games. So Dang. I got 6 games that I actually wanted to see, 2 seats each. And take a guess how much I paid for them.
$400?
Yeah. 2 seats.
For $400?
Yeah.
Man, I'm fucking good at guessing numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, just about. And, like, I got tickets to a preseason game.
Wait, $400.
Divided by 6.
Damn, that's like $33 a ticket.
Yeah.
And where are the seats?
They're, like, nosebleeds, but I don't care. Because, like, they just redid the whole stadium.
Did they?
Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that.
Yeah, there's like a ton of new stuff in there.
I
There's not a bad seat in that house, though. You know what I mean?
I love the idea of going to sports games, but then when I do, it's like getting there is terrible.
It depends how early you get there.
Leaving is terrible for sure.
Leaving is always terrible, but I always leave early.
And our city is annoying to try to get around.
Yeah, it's not that bad, though. Like, once you really, like, sit down there. So, like, for me, I got a preseason ticket to my favorite team. I got 5 postseason, or regular season tickets. And guess which one I got one of?
What?
Blackhawks and Blues tickets.
Blackhawks and Blues.
Yeah, so I'm ready for that game. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I got 2 seats for each one.
Nice.
Yeah, so we can go to a couple of those. See how that goes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like we're getting really sidetracked here.
Shit.
No, you're fine.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Getting sidetracked.
Yeah,
just
but,
talk about it.
Another subject we can talk about is, oh my god, Lou Fest is canceled. Did you hear about that?
So I heard people say, well, the first thing they came out with was because of weather.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit. Because then they came out later like, oh, well, we have some financial issues also. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that. That's mainly why it was.
Yeah, but don't try to play it off like it was the goddamn weather.
Well, partially, I mean, it is supposed to rain all weekend. But at the same time, they should have their finance. And the lineup wasn't even that good this year. I think the only person I knew in there was like T-Pain and...
Who listens to T-Pain anymore?
My point exactly.
Is this 2004?
Yeah. Other big things going on.
Maybe that's why they were struggling financially, because they had no one coming. So no one was buying tickets.
And the people that were coming wanted all these exorbitant sums of money, probably, and then they got to pay all these venues, and nobody wanted to buy the tickets, so...
They got to pay for people that no one wants to watch.
Mm-hmm. Last year wasn't that bad, though. It was like Weezer, Run the Jewels. It was a bunch of
How much is a Lou Fest ticket?
Like $80 for one. 70 maybe.
Is it almost like a Point Fest?
Yeah, but it's in Forest Park.
Which they just redid. Have you been down there?
I have not. I've never... I can't remember the last time I've been to Forest Park.
It's really cool, but I did go to the new arch, like, ground, to the new museum, and it's like walking through an airport, like, with security. You have to take off your belt, you have to take off your watch, you have to take your phone out of your pocket, you have to make sure there's no change, there's no electronics, no metal, nothing. I had to take my belt off and everything to go through the arch.
All right, boys, drop your socks and grab your cocks. Wait, no, it's drop your cocks, grab your socks.
Yep.
But yeah, I haven't been to any of that new stuff lately. I have a confession to make. I have never been inside the arch.
How have you... Wait, you've never been in the museum or anything?
Nothing.
How are you from here and you've never done...
I'm scared of heights. And that rickety-ass elevator...
It ain't rickety. It just goes back and forth because it has to keep up with the angle of the arch.
That rickety shit, I ain't fucking with it.
It ain't rickety.
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
It's been... What? It's been like almost 100... No, like 80 years since it was
exactly
built.
My point.
And it's never fallen once.
I don't know about that necessarily. Or if it gets, like, shut down.
I feel like if it fell... The arch hasn't fallen.
Like, I'm not saying that it fell. I'm saying, like, the elevator's, like, what if you got stuck in there? You know what I mean? Like, I'm claustrophobic to begin with.
Okay,
so
here's...
like,
No. Here's the thing.
If I'm, like, crammed, like, sardines in an elevator with people, and that shit shuts down
So you
midway,
just sit... Like, you sit down in it. It's 3 people, and it's like a tram that lifts you up. If the tram was to get stuck, they can open the doors, and you can... There's stairs that are next to it. You can walk down.
Oh, fuck that. I ain't walking down all those stairs, man. I'm sorry, but I'll be like, I'll just wait.
It's only like 800 feet of steps.
Oh, my God.
Like half... I don't know, like, what, a third of a mile?
It's about half a mile,
Plus, well... Plus, you're walking down steps. I mean, so...
I mean, yeah, but still, that's a long ass.
I don't know if they've... I'm sure they've been stuck, but not that many times. Like once or twice?
Just once is enough to make me say no.
In 80 years?
In 80 years. I don't care. I think it's going to happen to me. You know what I mean?
It's at least cool to visit down there.
Yeah,
because,
I'm sure it
right?
is.
I mean, you can even just Well, actually, the time we went, it was hot as fuck outside, so walking through Forest Park was miserable. But
that's the worst.
the museum is cool once you get past the security.
That is probably my least favorite thing about the state of Missouri. Is it's so goddamn humid.
Did you know the humidity, like, last weekend was like 98%?
I'm surprised it didn't, like, tornado or thunderstorm on us or something. Yeah, if the dew point was right around that, we'd be having, like, hellstorms.
I don't know.
Like, I partially want winter to be here already.
October and November are the best times of the year.
That and, like, March, honestly. Like, March is pretty cold, too.
March has been really fucking cold lately, though.
Yeah, it has been. And, like,
even
but, like, April and May, that's nice, too, because, like, 80s, you know what I mean? But see, the thing is, like, I feel like I get more depressed during the winter times. I'm, like, more stressed out. For, like, no reason. Just because it's, like, cold.
What? During winter?
During winter. Oh,
well,
yeah.
now we don't have fucking school anymore, so we don't have finals and...
Yeah, but at the same time, like, it's just, like...
Well, I guess, yes, because now it's snowing. We're trying to get to work. People are fucking going slower than they would in the rain.
Right, and then, like...
4 times the amount of accidents.
I think the worst time I ever had to drive through, like, any kind of, like, wintry weather was when I was working at AT&T. I swear to God, like, from the moment I left Gravois Bluffs, I sat in bumper to bumper
Okay,
traffic.
wait a minute. Did you go behind the bluffs, though?
No, like, you know where the AT&T is in the Bluffs?
Yeah.
So I left. I made a left onto 141.
No. That was your mistake. No. That was your mistake. You're supposed to go, like, behind Walmart. You know where my old house was?
Yes.
You remember where my old house was?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you go up that hill.
Yeah, but even then, I would have followed old 141 all the way down there.
Yeah, okay, but that takes you literally past all of it. And then you go down where Silo X was.
Yeah.
Keep going, and there's a light at the end of there, and then you basically get around all of it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, even then, from the moment at that point, like, it would have still taken at least, like, an hour. Like, I sat in traffic for...
It took you an hour to get from Gravois to Arnold? Like, 10 miles?
It didn't just take me an hour. It took me 3 hours.
What?
Yeah, because, like, you gotta figure...
What time did you get off?
8.
At night?
Yeah.
How was there traffic at 8 at night?
I don't know. I mean, like, there was a ton of accidents on the way, though. Like, people were hitting each other.
Is this, like, every day?
No, this was, like, one time.
Oh.
Because it was a point where we got, like, a ton of ice.
I thought you meant, like, this was all winter.
Oh, no. This was only, like, one time. So, like, it was when we had, like, a bunch of ice. And, like, I sat in, like, the same spot, I shit you not, for, like, 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And, like, there were police directing people. There were cops all over the place. People were going, like, slow. You had to, like, inch forward every couple seconds or minutes. And it just took so goddamn long. But I could see why, because, like, it was just, like... Hang on.
That's annoying, though. So did you... This is really off topic.
Uh-huh.
But the Black Ops 4 beta's coming out. Do you even give a shit?
No.
I don't give a shit either.
I honestly could care less.
People are saying good night or goodbye Fortnite. And Call of Duty. I heard you've played Call of Duty, obviously, online.
Yeah.
But I heard the Battle Royale mode, Blackout, is going to have kill streaks.
That's dumb.
The Call of Duty community as a player base already camps their asses off. Mm-hmm. Think of whenever it's like last survival and you have kill streaks on top of it.
Yeah. So
people are going to be camping. You're going to be getting shot from basically just a bush. And then they're going to pull out a helicopter. It's going to be so... I mean, it may be amazing. I think it's either going to be amazing or it's going to be terrible. Right now. I don't care about that either. I have really... It's been a while since I've really got into a multiplayer game.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, that's why I like Destiny so much.
Destiny isn't even really like... I mean, obviously it has multiplayer, but it's team-based. I mean, you're playing with friends and you're teaming together.
Yeah, but there's like this new mode where it's like PvP and PvE. It's actually really fun. I like it a lot.
I don't know.
It is a lot of
I
fun.
have stopped playing since... It's probably been about 4 months now.
Have you played Warmind?
I think a little bit of it.
Well, Forsaken changes like everything, man. It's so good.
I can't. I did this with Destiny 1, which this one has way more DLCs than Destiny 1.
No, it's got the same. Well, it's got the same amount.
But I just can't wrap my head around doing the same thing. Spending by the end of it, okay, so how much was the first season pass with the game? Like 80?
I paid $35.
So with the game, it was like $95.
Yeah, with the game, it was like $95.
So after tax, we'll just say $100.
Yeah. And
now you're doing this. You're spending $200 for a game.
Not like I didn't do it on the first one.
Exactly. $400 on 2 games. They're getting money out of people.
I'm not worried about it, though, because it's a game I actually enjoy. Here's the thing, though. You were the one who convinced me to go back after the Taken King. After the Taken King came out.
That was Destiny 1.
Yeah. And the Taken King was dope.
And that was the first time I experienced Destiny. Because it was something new.
Well, yeah, because you didn't play the base game, did you? Or did you play the base game?
I played the beta when it came out. I played that game from the very beginning. I've been playing
since D1 beta, yeah.
I don't know.
That's the thing with Forsaken, though, is it's a lot like Taken King.
The problem is, I'm not even going to say I would hate it. My issue is,
the grinding.
I would get into it and not want to stop playing. And the problem is, I would be so far behind everyone else.
I mean, there's ways to get ahead, though. Like, you don't have to do a raid.
I don't know.
Even with the raid,
Okay, but look how long you've already been playing Forsaken. How long do you think you've played it since it came out? How many hours?
Maybe 10 hours.
Okay, so that 10 hours that...
No, I wouldn't even say that. I'd say more
8 or 9, 15 hours in 2 days?
Mm-hmm.
That would probably take me 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Why?
I just don't play games anymore.
This gets you drawn in, though.
Well, mainly with the new job and shit, I really haven't... I've been trying to focus on that, but... I'm sure that will change eventually. I don't know.
Yeah, it will. It's just it's a matter of finding the time to play games. So when I get home, I don't have a girlfriend anymore either. So
that's the issue. That's
I haven't seen her in a year or so.
Lena?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I think within, I don't know, we really haven't done anything with our friends.
Yeah.
As that is to say.
Yeah.
We've been paying off a wedding. I mean, we've went out with friends a handful of times in the past 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Well, yeah, I saw she got that job at the Kirkwood School District. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's exciting.
I think she makes $10,000 more at this job than she did at Goddard.
God damn.
But also Goddard didn't pay you shit. They got paid less than $10 an hour.
Oh my god.
So really $10,000 from that is it's still almost...
That's nothing,
it's nothing still. Now we just got to go find a house. You're kind of in the boat as well of trying to buy a house.
I got to pay shit off first.
It sucks.
It does, man. It really, really does.
I feel like our generation, people always say you guys are this age. Whenever I was your age, I had a house. We had kids. But it's
shit is so much more expensive
think about it. Internet in itself. Internet is, you have to have internet nowadays. You just have to.
Pretty much, yeah.
With jobs nowadays, sometimes you have to go home and work.
Yeah.
I have to. And it's internet in itself is $50.
Mm-hmm. Utilities a hundo.
Utilities, cable, which you don't have to have cable, but...
Right, you don't have to have cable, but then,
Still.
The housing market is just shit still.
Yeah.
It was easy to buy a house back then.
I know this is kind of what's the saying? I sound like a broken record, but it's people back then didn't have to go to college to get a job to be in the middle class or higher middle class. Now it's you almost have to because I don't know.
And now a college degree doesn't even guarantee you shit.
No. It doesn't.
It really doesn't. No.
Because everyone has one now.
Yeah. It's easy, man. I mean, it's not easy.
Oh, you're applying and you have a college degree. So did these other 50 people applying.
Right, like you're shit out of luck and jolly well fucked, I guess.
What else? Oh yeah, the MGK.
The MGK
versus Eminem.
Versus Eminem beef.
I mean, at first, before I even heard his song, I'm like, who the hell is coming at Eminem? Because Eminem is someone that, I mean, I know you don't care for him that much, but like if you try to start something with him, like he'll come back at you 1,000 times harder.
Yeah.
But MGK's was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good diss.
See, I remember there was this girl from our high school who had like the Machine Gun Kelly tattoo where it's like established in 1993.
Oh my god.
Her chest.
1993?
I don't know what it is. It may be like 1991 or 1993.
A girl from my high school had that.
Yeah. Like
who was it?
I don't remember her name, to be perfectly honest with you.
Are you just trying not to say her name?
No, I literally don't remember, but I remember seeing it. I was like, you're a fucking idiot.
Was it some hood rat?
Oh, yeah. Trap Honeys.
Trap Honeys. Cloud Squad.
Cloud Squad. Cloud Squad. I'm a member of the Vaporwave Foundation.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so Eminem. Let's get into this. I need another beer. Do you want one?
I'm good. I'm like...
You're babysitting it.
I'm baby sipping it. I gotta take it easy. I gotta drive, and I got Chick-fil-A waiting for me at home.
See, I've been day drinking and playing Destiny too.
Okay, so there is a game that I did pick up that I started playing again. Well, I'm kind of on and off with Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, I won't play that game for like 2 weeks, and I'll play
You'll
it for a
pick it up
week,
and you'll play it
then
for like 3 hours.
Yeah. That's like one game that I've done that with.
Yeah.
And then also Batman Arkham. God, what's the collection called? Return to Arkham. Those games are always fun. Always some of my faves. Did you play those?
What, the Arkham games?
Yeah.
Never did, actually.
You've never played those Batman games?
Never.
You're not even really a DC guy, are you?
I love DC. What do you mean?
I thought you were more of a Marvel person.
No, I'm totally DC over Marvel. Green Lantern is my favorite superhero.
Oh yeah, that's what you and Lena have in common.
Mm-hmm.
That's her favorite.
Yeah.
Although, wait, are you caught up with the whole Marvel movie thing?
For what?
Have you seen them all?
There's
like
some
Avengers.
I've seen all the Avengers movies. I've seen Iron Man 1. Never saw 2 or 3. I saw Captain America Civil War. I never saw the other 2. I've only seen the first Thor movie. I've seen all the Avengers movies for the most part. I've seen Black Panther. I've seen both the Ant-Man movies. I've seen all the Guardians of the Galaxies. There's some I'm missing, though, here.
Well, you've seen Ant-Man.
Yeah, I've seen both of those.
I've only seen the first or the second one with you.
The first one is really, really
watch
good.
the first one.
I've obviously seen Civil War, so that's good. But yeah, there's a lot I'm missing out on. But
I just don't care anymore.
I'm pretty much caught up, but like
As
there's some
bad
stuff
as
I'm
it is to
missing out
say.
on.
I can't keep up with the fucking movies that they come out with.
Yeah, they spit out like 3 a year now.
I feel like it's way more than 3.
Well, this year it was Ant-Man.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up how many Marvel releases were just in 2018.
Well, the next one is Captain Marvel, and I don't think that's coming until 20.
Avengers: Infinity War, Black Panther,
yeah,
Ant-Man,
that was good.
Deadpool, Venom's coming out, Spider-Man, Aquaman.
Aquaman's DC, man.
Oh yeah, it is fucking. I typed in. I'm just reading it off. I typed in Marvel movies, and that's what came up.
So that's another one I'm probably gonna see is Venom. I didn't see the new Spider-Man movie.
I haven't seen the first one.
What, the Homecoming?
Yeah,
I haven't seen the Homecoming.
I heard it was really good though.
Yeah. I haven't seen Deadpool 2, although I have it over there.
Oh shit! Oh, I don't know if I care about this.
What?
Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, that's the new X-Men movie.
Is it? I think it's just about her though, right?
It's gonna be like set in the 90s. It's gonna be all of them though.
Oh, those are actually not bad.
Mm-mm. The new X-Men movies where they're set in the past are actually pretty good.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking
I like
about.
those a lot.
See, like Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel looks dope.
That comes out March 8th?
That's of next year.
Yeah.
So that's 2019.
Okay, wait here. Let's see how many Marvel movies are coming out next year. So you have Silver and Black, which is the Spider Universe. The new X-Men movie, Captain Marvel, Avengers 4.
Yeah.
Is that it? Gambit?
Gambit, yeah. I don't know if Channing Tatum's still supposed to pay him.
Spider-Man Homecoming 2?
Yeah, there's going to be a sequel to that.
How can that come out whenever there's a new Spider-Man movie already coming out, isn't there?
That is the new
Oh,
Spider-Man.
that is the new one?
Yeah.
It's called Homecoming 2?
Yeah. The New Mutants is scrapped.
It's scrapped?
Yeah, so, like, Fox lost the rights to X-Men to Marvel. And,
Oh, yeah, to Disney, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, duh.
And now so they were going to make this movie called The New Mutants. And it was going to be, like, an X-Men horror movie, basically.
That would have been dope, I bet.
It would have been dope, yeah. And, like, now they're not going to do it anymore.
Oh, speaking of, like, horror stuff, did you see the new... It's a Battle Royale game, but it's a horror game.
Is it, like, Dead by Daylight or something?
It's called Hide or Die, but basically it's, like, 20 players, or it was, like, 20 or 18 players, where you guys all kind of just run around this really creepy-ass map, almost like the Boondocks in Resident Evil 7, if you got that far.
Oh, fuck. No, I haven't.
So you're, like, running around that, or, like, the outside of Outlast 2, that's what it looks like.
Oh, God.
And you're running around, it's first person, and there's, like, a killer on the loose that tries to kill you all.
Mm.
And I don't think it's, like, an actual player.
Have you played Dead by Daylight?
No, I haven't.
Have you played the Friday the 13th game?
Nope.
Do you know what it looks like, though?
Yeah, it's
like the premise of it?
third person, and what's the premise?
The premise is that, like, there's a killer, and there's, like, 5 other people. And the 5 other people have to, like, escape.
Is this for both of them?
Huh?
Is that concept
Same concept for both of them. And, like, the killer can, like, lure people in and, like, figure out where other people are. And, like, basically, the killer's goal is obviously to kill all the people trying to escape. They have to, like, accomplish objectives, though, to escape. And
yeah, that was the same with this. I think this was just a PC game, but you have to, like, turn on 3 generators or something.
yeah, something similar like that.
Like, it's the same thing.
It's the same concept, and, like, if they kill you, then you're done. Like, you just get to spectate.
See, I don't consider that Battle Royale then.
It's not Battle
for
Royale.
this
It's
game.
like this is only like 5 players though, as opposed to 18 or 20.
See, that's what kind of pisses me off, because they consider this a Battle Royale game, but then you still have to do objectives, which that's not a Battle Royale game. Battle Royale is just fighting to be the last one alive.
Yeah. Which one do you like better? What's your favorite Battle Royale?
Well, the only Battle Royale game I've played is Fortnite.
You know, I've never played a single Battle Royale ever.
Ever?
Ever. I refuse to.
Once you play, you're gonna get hooked. I guarantee it.
I don't think so.
I bet you will.
No,
your gaming mindset is like all story.
Yes, the story or like RPGs or something. So for me, that's not my kind of game. So
you may not.
I'm not very competitive when it comes to gaming. Really, I'm just along for the ride, I guess. It's like my big thing.
Yeah, you never really were you?
Like, we would play Call of Duty in high school, obviously.
I don't think you really, even then, I don't think you cared too much about it.
Not really. I didn't care about, like, getting a good KD or anything.
Bro, I had to make sure my KD was good.
I was just, like, I was just along for the ride. I was just there to play. Yeah. So, like, even now in, like, Crucible and stuff like that, I still get pissed off, but
I think
I don't care. Like,
what was the last Call of Duty you played?
Like, played all the way through, or just, like,
No, like,
touched?
on, like, multiplayer. That you, like,
I played World War II.
A lot?
I mainly played the story, but I sometimes played the multiplayer, but not really.
So you weren't really into the multiplayer?
I don't really do the multiplayers, no. So, like, and then before that, it was Black Ops 3.
Did you play that one a lot, multiplayer?
No, I hated it.
So then you probably, the last one was, like, what, World at War that you played online a lot?
So,
Call of Duty
before
4?
Black Ops 3... the last Call of Duty game that I played was Modern Warfare 3.
Online?
Yes.
A lot of it?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, and I didn't even play a lot of Black Ops 3 online because I hated it so much.
I played.
I don't like all the robot shit. It's just not what it is to me. Like,
see, like that game. I played that game a pretty good amount, but I played online with like my Uncle Tony and all my friends, so it was a blast to play with all of them.
Black Ops 3?
Mm-hmm. We all got online and played at night, so that was a blast.
See, like, I like the more realistic feeling ones. Like Call of Duty 4 is realistic enough for me. Like, you can actually dig it.
Yeah.
And then, like, World at War is that World War II setting that I love in the Call of Duty, because that's what we grew up knowing. You know?
I mean, I wouldn't say that game was very realistic as far as like history, but like
I'm not saying
I know
it's realistic, but like
there wasn't robots. I know what you mean.
It was like based off a real story, though. So like, remember, like, iconic missions, right? It's like All Gillied Up, one of the best missions I've ever played in a single first-person shooter. Or like the sniper mission in World at War that's like just like Enemy at the Gates.
All Gillied Up. That one. Kind of forgot which one that was called.
I don't remember.
Man, I'm trying to think of like the best. Even the first mission in Call of Duty 4 was really good. We're on the ship.
Oh yeah, that mission's
that
awesome.
was a good one too.
Yeah, it's just like those kind of games feel more real to me than exoskeletons running up and down the wall using jetpacks and shit. That's not my kind of shooter, is the thing.
And that is why it was Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare.
I never played Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare.
I did play Advanced a little bit. I think the last time I reached the max prestige was World at War.
I've never done a max prestige. Ever.
I've done it twice. Call of Duty 4 and World at War, which says something, obviously, when I stopped at World at War.
One of the few games I have all the gamer score for, to this day, is Call of Duty 4. Yeah.
And that was a tough one.
Oh, yeah. The Mile High Club on Veteran.
You had to get it done in, like, what, 2 minutes or something? Like a
2 minutes, yeah, or a minute, yeah.
Well, another kind of... Well, no, I think I have this one, but where you have to beat... whenever you do the obstacle course, you had to beat someone's score. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was, like, wicked tough. Like, the obstacle course, like, the very beginning of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think I have that one.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, that one's pretty tough.
I don't know why, man. I feel like there were so many more games for the 360 and PlayStation back then.
There was. There
good
was a
games.
ton of them.
You could go to GameStop and find, like, 10 games.
And now, like,
they were all be good.
I feel like when you go into a GameStop now, like at least 15 to 20% of the games you'll find on the shelf are remasters or re-renderings or something. I say 20 is pretty high.
I would
15,
say 15. I would say between 15 and 20.
Yeah.
No, I would say maybe
I'd say it's closer to 15.
Maybe 10 or 15 actually.
Yeah,
now
10
that
or
I think about
15% of them at least.
But it's like there are so many just bullshit games now. You could go up at... I remember, I mean, shit, you know how many games I had? I had like 140 Xbox games.
You traded them in. It was like nothing.
I think... Okay, well, yeah. But a lot of those games I went into GameStop and paid like $15 for.
Yeah.
But that was back in high school, that was like my thing. I would take my paycheck and like spend half of it on video games just for a collection.
Yeah, just for the collection.
Now they're all gone.
Yeah. I mean, my collection's pretty lacking right now, too, over there.
Yeah.
A lot of those are Blu-rays, though. Like, I have every single Steelbook for every single Star Wars movie, except Episode 1.
Oh, you're missing one.
I'm missing
the
one.
Shittiest one.
The shit, nah.
What's worse than Episode 1?
Attack of the Clones.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that one's really terrible.
Episode 1.
Episode
once he leaves Tatooine.
But, like, Episode 2, all the clone troopers are CG. The Padme and Anakin romance is just garbage. It's so, like, you're not like sand. I'd be like, shut the fuck up, dude.
I hate sand.
I hate sand.
No one gives a fuck.
Or, like,
sand.
I mean, Jar Jar Binks is really, really fucking bad. But I don't think it's as bad as Hayden Christensen's acting in the second one. I think it's.
Do you know a movie that he was actually in that I actually kind of liked?
What was it?
It was like Jumper.
Yeah.
Remember that movie?
Yeah, that movie was really good.
Did you watch it?
I think so. Wasn't that the one where like he time traveled or whatever?
It's not really time traveling, but you can travel from place to place like really quickly.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was actually a pretty good movie. But besides that, what the fuck has he been in?
I heard now he like lives very simply.
I heard that as well. Good old days.
Yeah. The good old days.
Those days are gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I have all those. I have like steel books for a ton of the Avengers, like the Marvel movies.
I don't know why, but I love physical things.
Me too. I don't like digital copies for anything.
Like,
unless it's DLC.
I've hated myself for buying, like, PlayStation. They have really good deals on games sometimes.
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's like 60% off.
Oh, yeah, with Plus especially.
So I'll buy it on the console, then I'll be like, fuck, I want the actual copy of the game. I don't want this.
But then you have it forever.
No, you do have it forever, but then, I mean, if your Xbox shoots, or your PlayStation shoots crap.
It's still on the cloud.
I don't know if I have anything saved on the cloud.
You can download it off the store, the purchase screen.
Oh, yeah. Wait. You can download it, but it's tied to your account.
Yes,
not
it's
your.
tied to your
that's
account,
right. Not your
PS4.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
God, man, it just shows you how many times they buy stuff on the store.
Right.
I never do.
But back on the whole Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly thing.
We are fucking way off that.
Yeah.
I think. I'll admit, people are gonna be this. It's gonna be hard for some people to hear, but Eminem is not relevant anymore.
I mean, I don't think he's
irrelevant. Even I listened to some of his new album. It's not catchy. It's not good. It's not. Like, he's very lyrical.
Yeah, and that's important, but, like, at the same time, like...
Your music still has to sound good. Mm-hmm. There has to be a good beat. It has to be catchy. It has to be... I don't know.
See, like, my problem with it is I've never really been a big Eminem fan.
I just loved his attitude.
What the fuck you attitude? Like, edgy white guy? No, I'm good, thanks.
All right, Miss Daisy.
Miss Daisy.
Driving Miss fucking Daisy over here. You're gonna pop a lung. You're gonna get
I fucking hope so.
What is it called? Cotton lungs or something like that?
Cotton lungs?
It's like where your fucking lungs just like blister up and swell up.
Well, at least I won't have to deal with going to work every day. That's terrible. I shouldn't say that.
You'll have to go into work every day to fucking pay for your medical bills.
With what lungs, dude? With what lungs am I going to get out of the hospital?
Once they get cured.
They're not going to cure it, man. It's not a thing.
It's not a thing to cure lungs? What about lung cancer?
Good.
Good?
Fuck my lungs. But yeah, did you hear about, what was it? I'm trying to think of what it was.
What was it?
Did you ever watch, did we talk about Sacha Baron Cohen's new show?
Sacha Baron. What's his new show?
You know who that is, right? Like Borat?
Yeah, Borat.
He has a new show called, Who is America?
Same with that guy. He's irrelevant too.
What, Sacha Baron Cohen?
What was the last thing he was in besides fucking Talladega Nights?
It is hilarious, dude. Like, he's...
But is it like Borat and all that?
No, it's completely different.
Okay, I was going to say, because now that's kind of old.
It's a TV series, but he dresses up as different characters.
How is it
and
not like Borat?
Just listen. He has multiple different characters, though.
You mean like Bruno and Borat?
And he interviews, like, famous politicians or, like, political figures.
Oh, wait, you did start to tell me about this last time.
Yeah. And Roy Moore, so Roy Moore was running for Senate in Alabama, but a bunch of things surfaced of him having like pedophilia towards like young girls, and like
I feel like we talked about this last time.
Stuff like that. But here's the thing, though, he's suing like for real Sacha Baron Cohen now because.
Oh my God!
Did you see the episode or the clip?
I haven't seen anything on that show.
Oh my God! So he goes up to, like, he dresses up as this, like, Israeli defense fighter. And he's, like, trying to, like, figure out something. And, like, he has a pedophile wand.
Oh,
and, like,
wait.
beeps up.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
Yeah, and he beeps when it goes through. The Sarah Palin episode is coming up soon, and I am so excited for it. If it's not already out yet.
Sarah. Have you... I don't know. Have you... So you know how last time, maybe it was like the first episode, how I said I just wasn't a reader? I've been reading like crazy now.
What have you been reading?
Let me pull it out. Have you ever read The Alchemist?
That's
or heard of it?
About the guy who's like it's like ancient times, and like this guy's a shepherd or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard
Good
that
ass book.
I heard it was
like
a
one of the
great book.
best and like that's ever been written.
Yeah, I hear it's a pretty good book.
Then this fucking confusing ass book. Have you heard of this?
You finally got it?
Yes.
Where'd you get it from?
Barnes and Noble. Astrophysics for people in a hurry. I read the reviews and it's like everyone's like, this book just shows you how fucking complicated astrophysics is.
Yeah.
Because I can barely fucking... I've read like 50 pages at this point and you can barely tell you what the fuck I've read. It is crazy. I mean, he uses like astrophysicist terms. Like...
So you can't really understand it, or?
You really... like... See, like, I really don't understand what I'm reading because it's so in-depth with like, it sounds like a cool read, like, oh, it's about space, awesome, but then he uses terms where it's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
And everyone in the book was like, yes, you don't understand what you're reading, but you still, while reading it, understand, like, how small we are in this vast emptiness of space.
Yeah, I feel like we're pretty far out there away from everything else. How far in time are we?
I don't know. It's been like an hour.
I'm okay to keep going, honestly.
Yeah, that's fine. What were you about to say?
I've been wanting to read The Alchemist for one.
You can borrow it.
When you're done?
If you want. I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Does it end pretty well?
It's a good-ass book.
What's the message? Like, what's the final message?
I think the final message is basically just... I mean, it's about following your personal legend, basically.
Personal legend.
Like, okay, your goal in life.
Yeah.
Like, if you... Let's just say you... Like let's just say a goal for you is to someday make $1 million. Like, you basically will go through life making sure you get to that point. And
so
like
it's like making it your life's mantra, in a sense.
Yeah, right.
Okay. But doesn't he, like, meet the alchemist, actually, though? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but like basically, like he just has a dream. This is like in the first page. He just has a dream where there's treasure at these pyramids. So throughout the entire book, he makes sure that whatever path he takes leads him to that.
Yeah.
I won't tell you if he finds it or not, obviously, but or if he gets there.
Because essentially, the alchemists, they can convert anything into anything.
Yeah. Good ass book. Like, I'm glad it's really hard for me to get into books just because I was forced to read so many shitty ones in school.
If you're looking for a good book, one of my favorite writers, and I read a lot of him in college, is Hunter S. Thompson.
What did he write?
Have you ever seen the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Nope, but it's on Netflix.
He's the writer of the book it's based on.
Gotcha.
And there's Johnny Depp was a long friend of his before he died. And I don't remember exactly how he died, but it was like early 2000s. But he was old too. But he also did a lot of drugs too.
That will do
and, drank a lot. So like my favorite book of his is The Rum Diary. And let me read you a description of this.
The Rum Diary?
Yes.
I also heard that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is an amazing book, too.
Yeah, I hear that's a great
But I heard
book,
it's
too.
long as fuck. Just super long. When was the last time you read a book? Was it in college?
Like leisurely? So I listen to audiobooks sometimes.
See, I tried to do that, but I have to have a physical copy.
You do?
Like, I try to read it, and for the most part, I'll read it like when I'm in the car, not paying fully attention. So it's like, there's no point for me to read it. Or there's no point for me to listen to it. And I don't know if I count, because this was on the radio today where they were debating whether or not audiobooks were the same thing as reading. Like, did that count?
So The Rum Diary it began in 1959 by a 22-year-old Hunter S. Thompson. The Rum Diary is a brilliantly tangled love story of jealousy, treachery, and violent alcoholic lust in the Caribbean boomtown that was San Juan, Puerto Rico in the late 1950s. The narrator, freelance journalist Paul Kemp, irresistibly drawn to a sexy, mysterious woman, is soon thrust into a world where corruption and get-rich-quick schemes rule, and anything, including murder, is permissible. Exuberant and mad, youthful and energetic, the dazzling comedic round follows a fictional excursion as riveting and courageous as Thompson's Fear and Loathing books. So, if you look up the Fear and Loathing books...
I heard there was a kid in my college class that was their favorite movie.
What, Fear and Loathing?
Yes, like he was obsessed with it.
It's a good movie, but the book is way funnier.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I wonder what kind of... Did that movie get good reviews since you're on it?
What, Fear and Loathing? Yeah. It's considered to be one of... Well, it got bad reviews.
Okay.
But it's a cult classic, though, is the thing.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
You know, fucking... Okay, speaking of cult classics, have you ever watched Zorro?
What, like the
movie Zorro?
Yeah. The Masked Marauder? Yeah, no, I don't fuck with that.
So, me and Lena, we have been taking turns when we see each other for, like, movies and shit. Mm-hmm. And last night, she made me watch that movie. Fucking horrible.
Oh, yeah. It's very bad.
And she was, like, so mad at me because I couldn't stay concentrated on the movie. But it's like, dude, this movie is terrible. There are some movies from the 90s that just do not hold well.
So, Hunter S. Thompson, and they're kind of based off his life experiences, right?
The movies? Or the books, the movies, yeah. Whatever.
So, it's a novel by Hunter S. Thompson, illustrated by Ralph Steedman. The book is a roman à clef, rooted in autobiographical. So, it's like an autobiography in a sense. The story follows its protagonist, Raoul Duke, and his attorney, Dr. Gonzo, as they descend on Las Vegas to chase the American dream through a drug-induced haze, all while ruminating on the failure of a 1960s countercultural movement. The work is Thompson's most famous book and is noted for its lurid descriptions of illegal drug use and its retrospective on the culture in the 1960s. The popularization of Thompson's highly subjective blend of fact and fiction become known as gonzo journalism. So it's like he's so fucked up that he doesn't know what's real and fake. He's just writing it down.
That seems interesting.
Yeah. The novel first appeared as a 2-part series in Rolling Stone magazine in 1971 and published as a book in 1972. It was later adapted into a film of the same name in 1998 by Terry Gilliam, starring Benicio del Toro and Johnny Depp, who played Raoul Duke and Dr. Gonzo specifically. So, like, basically, he's, they go in to Las Vegas to report, and they were supposed to report to Rolling Stone on this Mint 400 motorcycle race for an unnamed magazine. The magazine is Rolling Stone.
Right.
So, like, they're supposed to report on this motorcycle race in Vegas. And this job is repeatedly obstructed by their constant use of a variety of recreational drugs, including LSD, ether, cocaine, alcohol, mescaline, and cannabis. This leads to a series of bizarre and hallucinogenic experiences, during which they destroy hotel rooms, wreck cars, and have visions of anthropomorphic desert animals, all while ruminating in the decline of the American dream and the 60s counterculture in a city of greed.
Jesus Christ.
It's weird, but it's really good.
Sounds like a clusterfuck.
It is. It really is. But it's funny as hell, too. Like,
is the movie funny?
The movie's hilarious.
Like, okay, what?
Because they're just fucked up the whole time.
What year did that movie come out?
98.
See, Zorro was made in 98. You can fucking tell that it was made in the 90s.
You really can.
Terrible.
But
does that one hold up? No. Would I watch it and be like, this is fucking stupid?
You'd laugh at it. It's funny because it knows it's bad. So whenever they're driving, basically Rolling Stone paid them all this money to cover their costs to cover this motorcycle race. They spend it all on drugs and renting this really classic car, really nice classic car. And Benicio del Toro's driving down the desert, speeding like a bat out of hell. Bats are flying at him on the highway, and he's dropping LSD and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And a gecko. Have you ever seen Rango?
The animated movie?
Yeah.
No.
There's a scene that plays right off of Fear and Loathing.
Really?
Yeah, it's this gecko, this lizard, hits the windshield, and they freak out. They almost crash. And in Rango, he hits the windshield, and the guy looks like the dude from Fear and Loathing.
Is that a Disney movie or no?
I think it's Disney or Paramount. I can't remember which.
I don't think it was.
Oh man, it was like it kind of plays off the whole Fear and Loathing vibe.
Rango. Oh, and it's by Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
he's in it. He's the
because he's the main character in Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, no, that's not. I think you're right. I think it's Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is. No, go back.
Hey, and I got pee.
You are always peeing.
Well, when you drink enough booze, that's what happens.
How many beers did you have today? Like 4? A lot. Let's see. Rango from the director of Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, Pirates of the Caribbean is fucking Disney. No, it is Paramount. I can see the logo at the bottom right. Oh, God. Here. Well, Matt's gone. How the fuck do you use a vape? Hold on, gang. Oh, I gotta get his slobber off of it. It's been like years since I've used a vape. Hold on, here we go. Fuck. Matt.
Yeah.
What is this flavor?
Huh? Why?
What is this flavor?
Why?
It's good.
It's the dude.
The dude?
Literally, that's
Wait, does your mom not know that you do this?
No.
But it's vaping. Who cares?
I know.
Sound like a D-bag on here.
She's like, doesn't want me to do that, so she only grabbed the flavor for you.
It's called the dude. And the funny thing is, like, I feel like vaping has such a bad name to it because of the people that do it. But, like, you're not the person that looks like someone that would. Not that it's...
Smell that, though.
I mean, I can smell that. It smells good.
It is good.
It's funny how it's called the dude.
Yeah.
From, what the fuck is that movie?
Big Lebowski?
Yes, the dude. Is that what it's after?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why is it...
I don't know why it is, but I know that's what it's for.
Is this like what he smells like?
I guess so, man.
I need answers.
We need answers, Alpha Vape. What's the reason?
Okay, we're over the limit.
How far are we at?
I have no idea. All I know is when we were talking, it was 5:36, and now it's 6:44.
Holy shit.
Maybe I'm sure it's been like, because the problem is like the software that I use, it doesn't show like I don't know what the fuck 2018 means. I don't think it's seconds. That wouldn't make any sense. No one, it doesn't count by seconds. But yeah, okay.
I guess we'll wrap it up here and.
Yeah, I want to play like a. I don't know.
What do you want to close out with?
I want to play a game next time.
Yeah, you said you didn't want to last time. We played We Happy Few.
Wait, no. Okay. So We Happy Few, the problem is, if we are going to play a game at this moment, I mean, it may change how often we can when one of us gets a place and how far we live away from each other and whatever else.
I don't mind. I can drive wherever. I got a brand new car.
Yeah, no, well, but I just mean for now, it's really hard.
With work and everything else.
Well, plus people that do it, they make like 2 videos a fucking day on a game. And
got time for that shit.
well, they do because they get paid for it. But like for us to keep up with anyone else, we would have to literally meet every day for like 4 hours, 3 hours, and we just can't do it.
We don't have the time.
God no. So I think if we were to play one, it should be a game. Fuck, like an episodic game.
What, like The Walking Dead?
Like one of those games. I think. Like a cool, scary game.
We said we were supposed to like.
Yeah, we were gonna
finish
do
The Walking Dead, and I'm on the last episode of season 3, and season 4 is already out. The last season.
Yeah, well, technically this is the 5th one because of the Michonne.
I haven't even finished Michonne. I only played the first episode.
I think that's all I played too.
Yeah, I have all the episodes. I just haven't finished it.
Yeah, should we play that or not next time?
I think that's what we should do. Next.
Okay, we'll do that next time.
Yeah. So next time you see us, we will be playing The Walking Dead, and you will see me have a horrible moral compass, or Tyler having a horrible.
I plan on fucking murdering people.
Well, I mean, like
my plan.
this is my playthrough, man.
I'm gonna fuck your playthrough up.
I mean, that could be like a chaotic.
No, that's fine. I think it's only like what, $5 for the episodes.
It's only $5 for the episodes, but like the season pass is like cheaper than that.
Like,
so I usually do the season pass.
I think the season pass is like $5 cheaper. Like you basically
it's like $5 cheaper, but I'll still do it either way. Because I intend on seeing how the series ends. Because
you can record yours, and I'll record mine.
Yeah, I just don't know how we're gonna do it. Well, I mean, I can come
What
over
do you
to your
mean?
house when you record yours. And I can be the evil devil on your shoulder telling you to murder everyone.
The evil devil? No, I don't. I think it'd be kind of. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I don't know. I don't think we should post it twice.
Yeah.
But maybe I don't know, because I feel like me and you would make the same decisions.
We can alternate episodes and see how fucked up we do each other.
But then I'd fuck up your playthrough then, because I make decisions you wouldn't. I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't know.
I'll
We'll
play
figure
through it again if
something
that's
out.
the worst thing that happens.
Fucking catch you on the next video.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Did you pause it?
I always get you at the end.
I know.
I always leave it at the end for you to be like, hey, is it done yet?
Do you do that on purpose? Like,
Yes.
do you leave it in the videos? Fuck you. That's great, though.
Matt.